Bradenton and Charlottesville, two restaurant closings that break the usual story. Ask most people why a restaurant sells, and they will guess the same thing. Sales are down, the concept is tired, or the owner is burned out. That is not what the restaurant brokers see. Two closings from this month, one on Florida's Gulf Coast and one in Central Virginia, involved multi-location owners selling healthy businesses for reasons unrelated to performance. One buyer had never owned a restaurant. The other owned several businesses and needed a home for a brand he was building. Same category of listing, completely different buyers. Both deals closed. Deal 1, Bradenton, Florida, restaurant resale by Michael and Abby Spizzeri. We sell restaurants Sarasota and Tampa, East and West Florida. The seller. The seller was an experienced restaurant owner with multiple locations. His brother managed the Bradenton location day to day. And when his brother became ill, the owner decided to downsize and focus on the rest of his holdings. The restaurant was performing, with strong sales, loyal customers, and a visible location. It came to market because a family situation changed. One of the most common and least understood reasons a healthy restaurant sells. When a location loses the manager who made it run, a multi-unit owner must rebuild that management layer, or sell the location and protect the rest of the portfolio. This owner chose to sell while the business was still strong, which gave him leverage. The buyer. The new owner is a first-time restaurant owner. What attracted him was simple: strong sales, loyal customers, and a beautiful location. Buying an established restaurant gives a first-time buyer revenue on day one, an existing customer base, and a permitted, equipped space. It also avoids much of the construction cost and permitting delay of an empty shell. Bradenton also benefits from year-round residents, seasonal traffic, and population growth along Florida's Gulf Coast. The deal. Michael and Abby Spizzeri managed a confidential sale that protected the seller's staff, customers, and vendor relationships. They guided the buyer through financial review, due diligence, lease assignment, landlord approval, escrow, and closing. The seller exited on his own terms, and the new owner took over a business that was already working. Deal 2, Charlottesville, Virginia, restaurant resale by Don Williams. We sell restaurants, Forest, Virginia. The seller. The seller owned several frozen yogurt stores across Central Virginia. He had a growing family, and both he and his wife are employed by a private school. Running the stores alongside those commitments became more than he could manage. Time, not performance, moved this business to market. Owner-operators often cover shifts, handle paperwork at night, and stretch an already full schedule. Strong operators recognize when that pace is no longer sustainable before the business shows the strain. He listed with Don Williams, and the relationship did not end with one location. The seller has 2 additional locations listed with We Sell Restaurants, one under contract and scheduled to close in late August. The buyer. The new owner is a Charlottesville area business owner who operates several businesses and was looking for a new home for his ice cream brand. The location fit his portfolio and concept, and it provided a built-out frozen dessert space that needed a rebrand rather than a full build-out. Frozen dessert locations require specialized equipment, plumbing, and construction that can be expensive to reproduce. Buying an existing space can be faster and less expensive than building from scratch. Charlottesville has a year-round population, a strong downtown, and a dining scene supported by the University of Virginia and surrounding region. Opening this season instead of next can make a meaningful financial difference. The deal. Don Williams brought the 2 sides together and managed the transaction through closing, including the lease assignment and the steps required to move the space from one frozen dessert concept to another. The former frozen yogurt shop will now operate under the buyer's ice cream brand. What these 2 closings have in common. Both sellers owned more than one location, and both sold for reasons rooted in life rather than the profit and loss statement. One was managing a family illness. The other was managing a growing family and a full-time career. Neither was running from a failing business. In both cases, the broker explained why a healthy restaurant was for sale. The buyers were very different. The Bradenton buyer had no restaurant ownership experience and chose a proven operation. The Charlottesville buyer owned several businesses and had an ice cream brand ready to grow. He chose a second-generation space because it allowed him to expand faster and at a lower cost than building from the ground up. A restaurant does not have to sell to someone who looks like the seller. It has to sell to the right buyer. In Bradenton, that was someone new to the industry. In Charlottesville, it was an experienced local business owner with a concept ready to expand. Another thread connects both transactions. The brokers handled the lease. Landlord approval and lease assignment can derail restaurant sales, especially when a buyer plans to change the concept. Both transactions closed because an experienced broker managed that process. What sellers should take from this: both owners came to market while their businesses were healthy, which gave them options. Clean books, steady sales, and a functioning team attract serious buyers. Delay and neglect are more likely to attract bargain hunters. Your buyer may also look very different from you. Restricting the search to operators of the same concept would have narrowed the buyer pool and could have missed the Charlottesville buyer entirely. Frequently asked questions. Why do owners sell restaurants that are doing well? Life changes. Family illness, a growing household, a second career, or reducing a multi-unit portfolio can move healthy restaurants to market. Can someone with no restaurant experience buy a restaurant? Yes. The Bradenton buyer was a first-time restaurant owner. Established systems, staff, and customers can provide a more structured entry. What is a second-generation restaurant space? It previously operated as a restaurant, so infrastructure such as the hood, grease trap, plumbing, electrical systems, and permits may already be in place, saving money and construction time. Does the landlord have to approve a restaurant sale? In most cases, yes. Lease assignment is especially important when the buyer plans to operate a different concept. Is it better to buy an existing restaurant or open a new one? An existing restaurant offers sales history, customers, equipment, and a permitted space. A new build creates carrying costs before revenue begins. Can I sell one location without selling the rest of my restaurants? Yes. Multi-unit owners do it regularly. The Charlottesville seller currently has 2 additional locations listed with We Sell Restaurants. How do I find out what my restaurant is worth? Contact the restaurant brokers at We Sell Restaurants through WeSellRestaurants.com or call 048-006-700 for a confidential conversation about your restaurant and market.